You know, when you look at a city's skyline, all those skyscrapers and huge buildings, have you ever just stopped to think what's really holding it all together? What's the secret backbone that makes our modern world even possible? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that. This right here, this is it. This is the hidden skeleton we're talking about. It's the core technology that lets us build faster, stronger, and way higher than we ever could before. We're about to dive into the world of modern steel construction, the incredible framework that literally shapes the world around us.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll get into the main advantages of using steel. Then, we'll take a little tour to see the amazing variety of buildings it's used for. After that, we'll uncover the engineering magic behind it all. And finally, we'll look at the hard numbers that prove just how well this stuff performs. Okay, let's dive right in with the most important question. Why steel? I mean, what makes it so different, so much better than the way we've been building for centuries? Well, it really boils down to these four huge benefits. You've got amazing precision because it's prefabricated in a factory. It delivers superior performance in terms of strength. It's actually a surprisingly green and sustainable solution. And a big one, it's way more cost efficient. To really see what I mean, let's look at some numbers.
100%. Think about that for a second. Every single piece of steel can be melted down and reformed into a brand new beam without losing any of its strength. It's not just recycled, it's infinitely recyclable. In the world of construction, that is a massive, massive deal for sustainability. And this is where that factory prefabrication really shines. Because every part is measured and cut perfectly by machines. Before it even gets to the building site, you slash the amount of waste by up to 75%. That means a cleaner, greener, and much more organized project. And here it is, the bottom line. All that speed, that precision, and that lack of waste, well, it adds up. We're talking about potential savings of up to 30% on the entire project. For anyone trying to get a building off the ground, that is an absolute game changer. So, we've covered the why, we know it's a great choice. Now for the fun part. Let's take a little tour and see what this hidden skeleton can actually build. You might be surprised by its range.
We'll kick things off with something we all recognize, apartment buildings. From the outside, it might look like any other building you've seen or maybe even lived in, but it's that steel frame on the inside that makes a world of difference.
So, when it comes to residential buildings, the key takeaway is simple. You get a better place to live, and you get to move in way, way faster. Let me show you what I mean. 40% faster occupancy. That isn't just a minor improvement, that's huge. It means families and communities get much-needed housing so much sooner. For developers, it means a faster return on investment. For residents, it means getting the keys to your new home when you actually need it. And just because it's built fast doesn't mean it's built cheap. You know how you can sometimes hear your upstairs neighbor walking around? Well, this system is engineered for peace and quiet, achieving 55 decibels of sound control between floors. That means a much more comfortable private living space.
But what about safety? Is it strong? Absolutely. Steel's natural strength and flexibility make it incredibly resilient. These structures are designed to meet a Zone 4 seismic rating. Now, to put that in perspective, that is the highest level of earthquake protection made for the most seismically active places on Earth. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about where we live, now let's talk about how we get all the stuff we live with. That package you ordered online, it almost certainly passed through a massive logistics hub just like this one. And these places have some pretty unique needs. I mean, just look at these specs. You get super high ceilings for maximum storage. You get these enormous, wide-open spaces with no columns getting in the way, which is perfect for forklifts and robots to just zoom around. And on top of all that, it's more energy efficient. It's a building literally designed for the speed of modern e-commerce. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. You might see a system that can build a giant warehouse and think, okay, so it's for big, boxy industrial buildings. But that's where the real magic of this technology shows up. I love this comparison because it just lays it all out there. On the left, you see how steel allows for these beautiful, open-plan homes with really complex, cool architectural features. And on the right, the exact same core system is scaled up to build a heavy industrial plant that can support a 50-ton crane. From an elegant family home to a massive factory, that is what you call flexibility.
So how is all of this even possible? How do you get that kind of precision and that kind of versatility from one system? Well, the answer isn't just the steel itself, it's the process.
This is the secret sauce. It all works in 3 phases. First, everything gets designed perfectly on a computer, down to the last millimeter. Then, all the components are manufactured in a controlled factory, with robots doing things like welding for incredible precision. And only then do the finished parts arrive on site, ready to be assembled, almost like a giant, high-tech Lego set. The real building happens indoors, not out in the mud and the rain. Okay, let's bring it all home and look at the final scorecard. When you actually stack this system up against traditional construction methods, the data really does speak for itself. This table pretty much says it all. Timelines get cut by nearly half. Waste on the job site is practically eliminated. Costs are significantly lower. And the quality control is just on another level because it's happening in a predictable, stable factory environment. And these numbers aren't just for a spreadsheet. As the source material points out, all of this translates directly to better project finances, a whole lot less risk, and ultimately, happier clients. At the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? And so we come full circle, right back to where we started, looking at this hidden skeleton. When you think about it, our world needs to build more homes, more workplaces, more infrastructure. And we need to do it faster, more sustainably, and more resiliently. It really leaves you with one big question, doesn't it? Is this not just a way to build, but maybe the smartest way to build our future?